Made it to the Port Townsend Ferry.
Car in the lot. It seemed like a haven. Already the closest thing to home I had in this damp green hole. I sat inside for a while, just staring out the windshield blanket.
Wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
So I turned the key and the engine roared to life.
Anachronistic city. This is the map. So we went from Coopville, we're heading over to Port Townsend, and then we'll head this way over into Forks.
Seattle, Edmonds, all the way up.
Anacortes, love that. Me and John are planning on doing that one of these days. Go to Canada. Windy, that's for sure. Okay, so we made it back to our car. Let me see if I can prop you. Perfect.
I
prop spot. Okay, so we made it back to the car, and being on this ferry has brought up, because this is the Twilight trip, some thoughts about the Bree, like the short second life of Bree Turner. Yes. And that is, there is no way in hell that ferry scene, like where like 200 newborn vampires climb up the ferry, kill everyone on board, and then systematically sink the ferry. That could not happen, especially because, first off, we're on like a tiny ferry. Yes. There's like so many boats around us that like they would see it. Second, that scene's supposed to take place like in Seattle, which is like the most densely populated like water area ever. Like you can literally like, they could all hold strings and like paddle together. Yeah. Like it's not, that would not happen. That no one would notice that. Mm-hmm. And like the boat would just go down and everyone would be like, that's crazy and weird. Just would not happen. So the more I'm on this ferry, the more I'm thinking, Stephanie Meyer, you had a ton of money by that point that you wrote that. You needed to come to Washington and hang out for a while. Like just hang out, ride the ferries, and be like, you know what, is this possible? And then your realization would have been, no, it is not possible. And so I shall take that out of the book, because it just is not possible.
No.
It's just not possible. It would literally be more realistic if they were like, we like stole a plane or something, than we sunk a ferry. It just,
I mean, they would have had to sunk a ferry and like cruise ships and sailboats and like a million other boats.
Yeah, they just would.
Which is fine. If they wanted to do that, like all the vampires split off and like just wiped out the waters.
But then they literally would have had to wipe out Seattle.
Yeah.
Like the realisticness of that is just, especially because they aren't the Volturi either.
Yes.
They were newborns. Like,
yes. They
messy, clumsy newborns.
If they were doing anything, it should have been
the boat is shaking. I don't know if it caught that.
They could have done something like this in the smaller ferry and done that if you done it late at night.
Absolutely.
Then
that could be the case.
Yeah.
But the way that she set up that scene, I would say no.
Yeah.
It could not happen. So that is our Twilight thought of the moment. We are in the second chapter already on our book. Edward is now suddenly being nice to Bella.
People are disembarking.
And we're about to disembark. We gotta do the big people first, and then I think the RVs and stuff, and then it's our turn.
Mm-hmm.
Because we picked the right lane.
Yep.
Well, all I know is that you weren't anywhere near me. Tyler didn't see you either,
Restrooms.
so don't tell me I hit my head too hard. That van was going to crush us both, and it didn't. And your
We're about
hands left
30
dents in the side of it,
minutes
and you left
to
a dent in the other car,
Port
and you didn't hurt it at all. And the van
Angeles.
should have smashed my legs, but you were holding it up. I could hear how crazy it sounded, and I couldn't continue.
We made it for Port Angeles, the home of the scenes of the movie theater, the dress shop, and the bookstore, and where Bella almost gets raped and murdered. What a lovely town. Okay, here you go. Hold it, it's recording. All right. We are just driving around Port Angeles, trying to find a place to eat. I really was hopeful for Bella Italiana because, you know, the Italian restaurant that Bella and Edward eat at after she's almost murdered. But it does not open till 4 o'clock and it is 1:44 now, so I'm not waiting 3 hours or 2 hours to eat at an Italian restaurant. Cockadoodle Donuts, that's not open though. Does sound lovely. What I find the funniest thing, this is a bookstore in oddities. That sounds lovely too.
It does have some oddities.
It does have some oddities. Is that Bella in the book talks about Port Angeles like it just has nothing. Like she has to go to Seattle to get like shoes and bras and stuff because there's just nothing here, and it couldn't be further from the truth. Like this is like a proper city. Like no, maybe not Seattle. Like you're not. Maybe turn because that's like the ferry up in front of us. But like there's no Nordstrom's, but like this is a city.
We passed the McDonald's.
We passed McDonald's and a Jimmy John's, okay? Like this isn't the middle of nowhere. Like it's not the best. And from our research, Forks is the middle of nowhere, but this is like an hour away. So it's not that bad. And also too, in the book, let me just have a sit down and talk right now. In the book that we're listening to right now, I totally forgot about this, but she like says like where she's gonna stop if her car has problems. And it cracks me up because it's like, of course, she was like, I might even stop in Tacoma. And it's like, of course you're gonna stop in Tacoma. But if you were really from Forks, you would take the way we did, which is take you up through Port Angeles and then take a ferry, especially if you have a crappy ass car. Look, there's a country store right over there. This is a pretty cool, tiny little town, but it's not like that tiny. You know, like there's enough here. There's a dress shop right there next to a pizza place. I don't know.
There's a coffee place.
There's a place called Moss that looks super hipster.
Games.
There's a game, an anime and manga place. Okay, you are not in the middle of nowhere if you have a store dedicated to anime. You really aren't. Do we want to walk around a bit, find parking, or
You can do that.
do we want to... They have a florist. It's a super cute thing. I mean, now maybe because of like when the book is supposed to be based, like she still has dial-up, but like I don't think the Collins have dial-up. They gotta have Wi-Fi. It's just Charlie's too cheap to pay for it. When is the book supposed to be based in? Like what year? There's the Bella Italiana that I was saying.
This is an old theater.
Oh, there's the movie theater that she gets sick at. Oh, I'm happy I had the camera out for that. That was a winner shot.
Okay, I'm just gonna park right here.
Okay.
I was gonna park on the other side, but there was a car in my way.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna try and figure out what we're doing. I think the most important thing is to find a bathroom and a place that Becca can eat at, since she's a vegetarian. Not like a vegetarian vampire, but like an actual one that doesn't eat meat. So, options are limited. Okay, so we are at that Bella Italiana place, whatever. And right here, they say Stephanie Meyer ate here. They have a signed copy of the Twilight book. And here is their menu. I don't know. Can you read it? There you go. You may all freeze frame it if necessary. There we go. It doesn't open until 4 o'clock though, which super sucks. Found these honey sticks in this little market store. Picked up a few. Got mint, wildflower blossom, blackberry blossom, orange blossom, blackberry, pink lemonade, and did you get like sour cherry or something?
No, I got peach.
Peach.
I got peach, and I also got mint.
I got mint.
And
20 cents each. Yum 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 yum.
I got.
These are the best road trip foods. Just munch on those. Okay, it's okay. Look.
No.
Oh, nope.
No, hang on.
We're all tangled. We ended up just grabbing some pizza at this place. It was super good. The people that own it are vegetarians, so score for Becca. And I got a really yummy slice of cheese. Now I think we're gonna head back to the car and head on our way to La Push.
That's one of the problems.
Don't worry. I don't understand any of it, I said Riley. I'm counting on that.
That's
so,
pretty.
in plain English, are we friends now?
Friends. He mused, dubious.
On our way to La Push.
I muttered.
Right,
grinned.
Crystal Lake.
Well, we can try, I suppose. But I'm warning you now that I'm not a good friend
That's
for
what
you.
it says.
Behind his smile, the warning was real.
You say that a lot, I noted, trying to ignore the sudden trembling in my stomach and keep my voice even.
So we made it to La Push, which the fun thing is that on our book on, like our Audible, Bella just went to La Push. Like the whole drive up on this like winding road, that's what she was doing, is that whole like chapter where Jacob tells her a scary story. Woo. Anyway, so now we've made it to La Push Beach. We'll walk around. Hopefully we can find some driftwood and collect a little bit of sand. And yeah, should be really fun. I'll take you along. Let's go. On La Push Beach, Becca, wave. There is a lot of driftwood here. I feel as if Stephanie Meyer left off that you have to cross all of these. The parking is over there. This is First Beach. Yes, there is a second beach and a third beach. Okay, so we just got off of the Pacific. No.
La Push First
La Push
Beach.
First Beach. We're going now to Forks and then on to our final destination, which is Pacific Beach. So we collected some driftwood. We took some pictures. That was fun. You saw a little bit of video. And we are having a slight bit of an issue, and you might as well, which we have no service. Like, 0 service, so we're not 100% sure. We do know this, that when we looked it up before we left, it's quite a bit of a drive to get from La Push to Forks. Although in the book, as it just said, it only was 15 miles away. It's not. It's not. She could have Googled that. It was worth a Google. Anyway, now we aren't quite sure how we're going to get to what we're getting to. We're just going to head back the way we came in, and hopefully we'll pick up GPS on the way. And yeah, it should be fun. It was fun.
Yes.
You have to like hike over all these giant driftwood logs to get to the beach, but it's really sandy. And there's like some surfers out and stuff like that, but it is like back in like the Seattle area and stuff like that. Today it's like in the high 70s, right?
Yeah.
High 70s, low 80s. And it is 55 degrees here. So quite a bit of a like temperature change just by moving closer to the water. So keep that in mind because we've been pretty warm. Like Becca's in shorts when we were leaving to come here. And we had to like throw on hats and jackets just to kind of feel comfortable out by the water. So keep that in mind as you're doing your research. Even if though like the temperature says it's going to be warmer, like that is something that I feel like the movie did depict well, that they're like in hats and jackets and have mittens and stuff like that, because
it's definitely cooler,
especially if you're going to be out there for longer. Like we were out there for, I don't know, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say
like 15 minutes. But if you're gonna like have like lunch, or you're gonna come in the evening and have like a bonfire, like
you're gonna want to prepare.
You're gonna definitely want to prepare. Okay, so I will keep you updated as we move along. Okay, we're crossing the bridge into Forks right now. We're gonna pull off at the Welcome to Forks sign. There's a pull off right here. Young. There's a visitor information. Yeah, try not to. There's our sign. There it is. We're gonna take pictures real quick. There's the tiny library, apparently, that made Bella have to go to Seattle to get a book. Okay. This isn't that small of a town.
It might have been smaller before the Twilight series came out, though.
This is true, but a lot of these places look old. Like there's a lot more like hotels and stuff, which I'm guessing maybe are newer, maybe. They have a college here. I mean, you can't be that tiny if you have your own college. Oh, there's Forks High School, I think, home of the Spartans. Wash your own car, Pacific Plaza. They have an Ace Hardware. They ain't that tiny. And there's the Thriftway. It mentioned in the book when she was gonna make enchiladas. I only know this, P.S., because we just heard it on the car. Thanks, Audible. Cozy Motel. I'm pretty sure that's the one that had the Twilight room that had bed bugs. And I think we're in Mill Creek now. So I'm pretty sure that's the end of Forks. Don't blink. You just missed it.
Okay, I'm gonna
pull up. Okay, so we just stopped. We are about 40 minutes away. Becca's magnet will not stay on, so that is great. And we are just getting some gas. There's Becca getting gas. Really, really expensive gas.
Yes.
With two businesses that are completely empty. Right here, there's Dino's Pizza and Grill right over there. And a restaurante that I think is closed down. And an espresso stand right there. I don't know. And then there's the post office and a visitor center. Anyway, we're almost there. We've almost made it. Taking forever, we finally made it to Pacific Beach, to our yurt. We're in 52, in case you're wondering. Comes with a picnic bench, and then our car is right there. You park right next to it. So location. Have a little bench here. And then here is our yurt, which I can't remember the code. Real quick. Okay, it smells like a yurt. We got a pull-out futon, a table, bunk bed, queen bed, trash can, tiny heater, dustpan. I think there's a broom on this side. Yep, broom, plug-ins, light switches, shelf. We've got outdoor light. Sorry, I'm not even showing that. Indoor light. Indoor light. Skylight.
A form to fill out.
A form to fill out. And also, too, do not use safety railing to pull yourself up onto top bunk. Thank you for your cooperation. Park staff.
Free park Wi-Fi.
Oh, good. Okay, because we have no service. That's awesome. Okay. This is our yurt. We're going to unload, and then I think we're going to get dinner started because it is super late. Like I said, it took us a while to get here. And then it took us even longer because, like, when you pull into the park, you have to drive through all the RVs parking. You're supposed to check in, but they close at 4, and it's like
7:40.
7:40, yeah. So it's almost 8 o'clock. So we're like 4 hours past check-in time. So they weren't there to, like, direct us. And so we were, like, driving around, and I was like, just go to the camp post. They'll probably know. My sister's like, oh my goodness, what if we went to the wrong park? We have no Wi-Fi, we have nothing. What do we do? And I was like, just go to the camp post. We'll ask them that at least they can direct us to the right campground if we're at the wrong one. And we drove there, and then we drove just a little bit farther to try and find, like, parking to ask them. And the yurts are on the other side of the camp post in the RV. So if you're in that situation, they're right there. So we're going to unload, get some dinner started. We might walk around tonight. I don't know. We might save that for tomorrow. We'll find the bathroom. That's what we will definitely do. Okay. Check in with you later.